Hey, what's up, everybody? I am back and I'm live. It's that time again. It is approximately 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you are here at the J Holling Shed seven Pillars of Mental Performance series. Today is episode number 137 of 365. I thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate that. Today is Wednesday, the fourth day of the week, in which we will be discussing goal setting. On day 4, we always discuss pillar number 4, which is goal setting. So for front row seats are already jumping in. My wife, Lisa, what's up, babe? I appreciate you for tuning in. My brother, AJ, I see you for tuning in. Tony Santos, you're watching. I appreciate you for watching and tuning in. Now, before we get started with our goal setting process, I want to go ahead and tell everybody that if you want to watch this video in its entirety, along with any other videos that I've done, you can look at them on YouTube. My YouTube channel is up and running and it is available for your viewing pleasure. Everything I've done is backlogged on YouTube already, so feel free to like, share, subscribe, tag somebody else. In fact, I'm asking you to do that. Please like it, please share it, please become a subscriber. I really appreciate that. Now, I want everyone to realize that, like I said, today is Wednesday. We're talking about goal setting. And when it comes to setting goals, we already know I've talked over and over again for half a year now on goal setting and the goal setting process. However, today we are going to quickly and briefly discuss the goal reaching process, not the goal setting, but the goal reaching process. You can set your goal. Yeah, that's just establishing what it is. You are defining your goal. But we're talking about the goal reaching process, the journey that you are on to reach your goal. Now, when you are on that journey to reach your goal, you will have a product and a byproduct of that process. There's a product and a byproduct of the process. Now, once you define your goal and you know exactly what it is, let's say like me, I want to become that public speaker that touches and impacts the lives of millions on a regular basis. And I want to powerfully and positively impact millions of households on a regular basis. For me to do that, my name has to be a household name. So my goal is to, like I said, become that speaker that impacts millions of lives on a regular basis. Now, the person I am right now, I am not able to do that. Okay, I don't know if it's, put it this way, the Creator gives us what we are able to handle at this time or at the time that we are given it. So I have to grow into a person that can handle the responsibility of millions of people or impacting millions of lives. Because when you impact millions of lives, you are spiritually reaching out and touching and impacting all those lives. Well, like I said in all of my other teachings, the energies you put out, they come back. Right now, I may not be able or be the type of person to handle all of those energies coming back to me at this time. So I have to grow into that person. How do I grow into that person? Well, the person that I grow into, that is the byproduct. The goal is to impact millions of people. Now, the product of that is to successfully be able to do that and become that successful speaker that impacts millions of households, millions of families, and millions of lives. Now, the byproduct is the person that I grow into, or that I grow from who I am today to the person that I will be. Because like I said, the speaker that I am now, evidently, circumstantially, I'm not able to handle millions of lives, impacting millions of lives right now. But when that time comes, when I go through my process, my goal reaching process, step after step after step, then I will soon become that person or that speaker that's able to reach and impact those millions of lives. Let me give you a few more examples to show you what I'm talking about. So let's say you want to take my daughter, for instance. When her team won a national title in Minneapolis just a couple of years ago, that was actually the goal. The goal was to win a national championship. Well, they won the national championship. And so let's say the product of that was to hold the title of national champion and to have that self-esteem, that confidence, knowing that, hey, you are the best team in the country right now. Out of all the teams in your age bracket, you are the best team in the country. So you are part of that team, and that's the product, okay? To be able to say that, to have that title, that's the product. Now, what was the byproduct of winning the national championship? What's the byproduct of being able to say, I have a national title? Here are some of the byproducts of that. The byproducts are the byproducts that came with that. A lot of collegiate invites. You had a lot of offers, collegiate offers coming left and right from all over the country. Scholarship offers. That's a byproduct of being a national champion. Now, also, another byproduct, you had a lot of media attention, several newspaper write-ups, newspaper pictures, newspaper articles. Not only that, the morning show, the local city morning show, they were featured on that. So many other things that were byproducts of becoming a national champion. Another byproduct was a national championship ring. They have championship rings for winning a national title. So, like I said, those are byproducts. A byproduct is what we really don't focus on at the time, because we are focusing on the goal, not the byproduct, but we're focusing on reaching the goal. That goal reaching process grows us into a person that can handle all of those byproducts that come with that. So here's another example. Let's say you want to, in a corporate world, let's say you want to give a successful corporate presentation, and it's pretty big. Okay, you're doing this on the executive level. You have a lot of E-suite people there. You have your CEO, your C-suite people. I'm sorry. You have your CEO, your COO, your CFO, your CIO. All of these people there, and you have to give a presentation to the actual the top officers of your company. Okay, so you're giving that presentation. Let's say you give a successful presentation. All right, that is your product, the successful presentation. Now you are a successful presenter in the eyes of the C-suite of your organization. Now, what's the byproduct of that? Possible byproducts of giving that expert presentation to the executives of your corporation are possible raise, possible promotion, things of that nature. So those are the byproducts of giving a successful corporate presentation. Let's bring it home a little bit more, something for everybody. How about personal growth, personal development? Now, let's say you have a goal of reading 2 books per month for a year. 2 books per month for a year. Now, the product of doing that is having successfully done that, having successfully completed that. You have the confidence, and you've had that knowledge now that say, hey, I've done that. I've successfully done that. And so you have that self-esteem boost is saying, hey, I've done that. That confidence has now become a motivating factor. I am this, I have that. You have that title of, hey, I've read those books. I feel good about myself. So that good feeling you have right now, that's a product of reading and accomplishing your goal of reading 2 books per month. Now, what's the byproduct of reading those 2 books per month for a year? The byproduct is having grown into a stronger person from taking in all of that knowledge, having all of that, taking in all of that knowledge, and it's becoming an understanding as you apply that to yourself. You are strengthening yourself mentally and spiritually. And so, like I said, everything you take in mentally and spiritually, it becomes a part of you. It's part of your foundation now. So you act according to who you are on the inside. Also, you have that stronger depth of knowledge. You can actually possibly teach on a greater level if you are a teacher, or you can possibly start to teach if you were not a teacher. Why? Because you have that depth of knowledge. You've taken it all in from reading those 2 books a month. So those are byproducts of actually reading those 2 books a month. Your goal was just to read the 2 books a month. But the byproduct was a stronger you having that depth of knowledge. Let me see, let's give one more. In your goal reaching process, your outcome, your byproduct, like I said, your byproduct is the actual person you grow into, the person you become. Now, let's say something me personally. By the end of the year, I'm shooting to get back into school and finish my doctorate, finish my doctoral program. That's by the end of the year. Now, right now, the person that I am, I'm not able to handle the actual curriculum of the doctoral program. I'm actually strengthening myself to do that. As I mentioned before in several of my past episodes, probably about 8, maybe 9 months ago right now, about 9 months ago, I was diagnosed with a reading disorder and ADHD. The reading disorder has multiple symptoms, and ADHD was also something that I was diagnosed with. Didn't know that until I enrolled in my doctoral program and started taking the classes, and was severely unsuccessful based on the academic success that I've experienced to date. So I went in and took some tests and found out that's what it was. So since then, I guess maybe about 9 months now, I've been working on different exercises, doing different things to build up my reading level. My reading comprehension level is not on that of a doctoral level. So my goal is to get back in and successfully become a doctoral candidate, to end up being Dr. J. Hollingshed. Now, the process that I'm going through is growing me from one person to the next person, from one person to being someone else, to being something and someone greater. Why? Because I am going through a process of growing beyond that reading disorder. I'm going through a process of growing beyond a lack of focus from my ADHD. So that's a process that's strengthening me, and that's the byproduct. By the time the year's end, I'm giving myself a year. By the time the year ends, I'll be back in school as a different person than I was last year at that time when I started school, because I have a greater knowledge of who I am, what I'm up against, and I'm coming back stronger than I was before. So that's wrapping up everything I've said so far. The goal reaching process has a byproduct. That byproduct is a stronger you. You are going to grow you are going to grow and on your journey to reach your goal. So that's something that you want to keep in mind, something you may want to look for and expect it. A lot of times people just want to focus on the goal, and then it's like, oh, okay, wow, I am a different person. And in that process, becoming a different person, sometimes you may not realize it, but you will have people to tell you that you are a different person. A lot of that may be good. A lot of it may come from a negative place. It'll come from a negative place. If people you used to hang out with, they'll say, man, you changed. Or, girl, woman, you've changed. You're not the person you used to be. You don't hang out with us anymore. You don't come to happy hour every night, all night, every night during the week anymore. You go home, you're always reading, you're always doing this, you're doing that now. Then you are growing into a different person. The byproduct process has already started in your goal reaching process. That's all that I have right now for today on episode 137 of 365. This is my 7 pillars of mental performance in 365 days. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate everybody for watching and tuning in. Wow, so many names right now. I can't even go through them all. I really don't want to go through them all because it'll extend the time on this. I say I'm going to do my episodes a little shorter. So if you are there, I'm waving at you right now. I'm touching it. So we're good. We're good. We are good. And thank you again. God bless everybody for tuning in. If you receive value from this video, please like, share, and let everybody else know what good stuff they're missing out on. As always, be well, stay blessed, and through love, be a blessing. God bless.